Okay, good evening and welcome to tonight's live lesson. My name is Troy, and if you're joining us for the first time, welcome and thank you for giving me a chance to be a drum teacher. If you're a regular subscriber, well, you know what's going on, and welcome to you too. So today's live lesson this is the intermediate lesson. This is live lesson number 125, and we're looking at double bass drum grooves or double kick grooves. So these are just stepping up from our basic broken hi-hat, oh man, I can't even speak today. Our broken, see what I mean? Our broken double kick patterns that we played in our previous lesson, which was just before, and these aren't the same patterns just with hands over it, they're all different patterns, but these are more like just using double kick to create some cool grooves and, you know, just challenge yourself in general. So this is assuming that you've already done the basic lesson, you've already got a little bit of control going from 8th notes to 16th notes and stuff like that on your feet, or you know you've practiced taking out some bass drums, and this is all revolving around single strokes on our feet. So I hope everyone, like I said, has had a fantastic week and you're all ready to start. Before we jump in though, I want to just quick reminder that next Tuesday, the 27th of November, we have our masterclass with Mr. Johnny Salerno, and I'm really looking forward to it. Johnny's honestly one of my favourite players around town, in the country. It's scary because he's my age, and the things that this guy's achieved, man, it's ridiculous. But he deserves everything he's got because he's worked his butt off for it. But I'm really looking forward to getting him in and picking his brain on some ideas and just his approach to music in general. So please make sure you tune in for that. We've got some great giveaways to give away on the night from courtesy of Dario, who not only sponsor me but sponsor Johnny. So Johnny plays exclusively DW drums, Promark sticks, Evans heads, and Meinl cymbals, as far as I know, unless something's changed. That's what he plays. We'll find out next week. So Dario are going to be giving us some sticks and t-shirts and stuff like that to give away to some lucky viewers. So if you are an all access member and you're watching this, and you don't have to pay any extra for it, it's already included. So log in and watch that. You've got a chance to win any one of those prizes. And also the masterclass is open to the public, so if you've got friends who want to watch it as well, you know, don't just let them watch it with you, please. This stuff isn't free, so please don't think that I'm making a fortune out of this. So far, I've made nothing but a loss, which is cool. I'm cool with it, but it's all good. Just, you know, just share the love. It's $5 US. It's not that much money. So, but they all will also go into the chance, and so will you, to win the major prize, which is a DW 5000 series single bass drum pedal, which I'm absolutely blown away with. I'm rapt to be giving it away. Yeah, I keep saying I'm sorry. But the whole thing is that's a professional level pedal. It's a great pedal. It's a killer, and I'm so stoked to be able to give one away to one lucky viewer. So spread the word. That's going to be happening. Even if you're watching live or not on the day, as long as you've got a ticket for that. So if you're watching this on YouTube, it's $5 USD. 27th of November at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. If you get in before then, you will definitely go into the chance to win that pedal. Now, let's move on to our lesson. So this is applying double kick to grooves. So what I have done is I've got 7 different patterns that we're going to be playing on the bass drum. The first one that you heard me playing the intro, that was number 4. I think it was number 4, yeah. So we're going to be going through a few of these. I may or may not do all of them, but it's up to you to go through on your PDF. So looking at our first one that we've got, this is a crazy one. So just straight 16ths. So hammering out 16ths. Nothing wrong with this. This is the meat and potatoes of double kick playing. So we're going to start off with this one. We're going to start off nice and slow, but we want to play these at about, yeah. So I'm going to do them about 80 beats per minute, just to start with, so you can hear how they're going to sound anyway. It's not too fast. If you need to go slower, go slower. If you'd like to hear them slower, please let me know in the chat. So here we go. Here's that one at 80 beats per minute. Okay, so just some notes on that. So when I'm playing this, I'm focused on trying to be as relaxed as possible with my hands and just trying to lock in those 16ths with the click. Now, one thing is when I play these at slower tempos, I actually do try and play the beater off the drum as much as possible. But when I find personally for me, when I start to go into the faster tempos, it's very, very difficult to try and keep the beater off the head from sticking. So there's nothing, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with burying the beater, especially when going at faster tempos. But at slower tempos, try and do both. So try and keep the beater going off the head and then on the head or whatever. If you can do both, great. I'm not the best double kick player. I'm still working on a lot of this stuff myself. Definitely no Thomas Lang. But a lot of the principles that I'm applying are from things that I've observed from other drummers and things that I've just taken from working on my hands and figuring out how to work on accents and non-accents and stuff like that on my hands and trying to apply those same principles on the feet. One thing I will suggest that you do with this is try and practice them heel up and heel down if you can, okay? Because it is really important, in my opinion, to be able to do both, especially once you start getting into dynamic bass drum playing, which it'll be covered in a lesson very, very shortly. But it makes all the difference on your feet. So make sure you practice these heel up and heel down. Yeah, and when you're playing heel down, try not to go for super volume. I treat heel down strokes as like non-accents and heel up strokes as accents. You know, I mean, why not? Practice them however you want, really. All right, so let's look at our first broken one. So now we're going to be just playing 1 E and up, 3 E and up, 1 E and up, 3 E and up. Yeah, and again, really trying to lock in with that 1 E and up, 3 E and up, 1 E and up. Really try and lock in and make it sit with the click. So here we go at 80 beats per minute. So drop the stick there, no big deal. Happens to everybody, happens to all of us. You'll see. So again, nice and relaxed. And you could see sometimes there when I was playing, I was actually coming off the bass drum. Because it wasn't constant, I was able to really bring that beater off. So try and keep that in mind when you're doing this stuff. Look in number 3, it's the same deal. All we're doing is actually adding 2 more notes. So the and of, so 1 E and a 2 E, so 2 E and ah. So we're just adding those extra 2 16ths and then 3 E and ah. So it's 1 E and ah, 2 E and ah, 3 E and ah, 4 E and ah, 1 E and ah, 2 E and ah, 3 E and ah, 4 E and ah. So here we go with that one, 80 beats per minute. So moving on now to the next one, let's look at, we played it in the intro, this is number 4. So number 4 starts with a bass drum on 1, then we've got a bass drum on the ah of 1, so 1E and ah. Now you'll notice that these are both right foot, it's not left, so it's 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. So this is kind of getting you ready to play, add your double kick into your normal grooves. Boom, tuka, tuku, 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 ga. Boom, tuka, tuku, 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 ga. Yeah, if you need to, if it's a little bit difficult, just take it slow. And yeah, let's do it. 80 beats per minute. Here we go. Excellent. So now moving forward, we're going to number 5. Okay, so number 5 we've got 1E and a 2, 1E and a 3E and a 4 and 1E and a 3E and a 4 and the 4 and is just single foot, so right. So it's right left, 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 right, don't. All right, so again, 80 beats per minute. Here we go. Cool. So the last two, the last one I'm going to play for this lesson is number 6. All right. And the reason I'm going to do number 6 as a demo is because this one really focuses on the left foot. So the left foot stays constantly playing offbeat 16ths, and then we're going to be shifting the ahs in, the ands in there. And this one is really good for working your left foot, especially if you're a right-handed player playing on a right-handed kit. This is really going to work your weaker leg. If you're doing it the opposite, if you're playing on a left-handed kit, you should be playing these maybe in reverse. So your strong foot starts, so it would be your left foot would be your main foot, and your right foot would be your weaker foot. So start with your left foot on all this stuff. So anyway, here we go. Here's this one, nice and slow, 80 beats per minute. Cool. So you could even hear at the start, I stumbled a bit at the start with that one. But it is difficult. So now's the time to ask questions, guys. If you do have any questions, please hit me up now. I'll check back in a second, just after I talk about this. Now, that one, like I said, is fantastic for building your weaker foot because you have to keep it going. And this is actually a precursor to the next ones that we're doing in the advanced class. So really focus on making sure that that one's right, especially before you move on to the advanced lesson, which will be straight after this. Some things to just take note of. One thing I want to touch on. Double kick is cool. It really is, all right? But you don't want to be reliant on it. And this is something that one of my teachers told me early on, because I remember ringing, his name is Robbie Corelli. He was my first drum teacher. And he's a great player, and he probably gave me some of the best advice anyone did for an early player. And that was, I said to him, I rang him and I said, hey, Robbie, I need your help. I want to buy a double kick pedal. Which one would you recommend? And he said, honestly, what I recommend is that you learn how to use one foot first before going to two. And I was just like, oh, well, really? Oh, okay. And I actually thought about it, and I thought, yeah, he's actually really right. I could hardly use one pedal. Why was I worried about two? So I sort of took that as gospel, and I worked my ass off trying to get my right foot speed and power and everything up. So I've actually got quite a decent right foot. I wouldn't say it's a great right foot, but I can play lots of stuff with my single foot that I can play it a lot better in some cases on one foot than I can in two. And it's not to brag or try and say how good I am. It's just to say that, if I'm ever in a situation where I don't have a double pedal, I'm not lost. Now, I do have some friends that I went to school with, and I remember we had to get up and do a drum solo once at school, and we were playing, and one of the guys was sitting down, and he's a great guy, and he's a great friend, and he's got more chop in one hand than I do he's got more chop in his little finger than I do in my whole body. But I'll never forget, we were sitting around, and then he didn't get up and play, and he said, well, I don't have my double kick here, so I'm not going to get up and play. And I just thought to myself, man, how limiting that is. And you don't want to be there. You don't want to be in that situation where, oh no, I can't really play because I don't have a double kick. What if you were at a gig and you just had a bass drum and a snare drum and a hi-hat? You want to be able to get through a whole gig just being able to do that. So yeah, just some food for thought. So even though this is a double kick lesson, please keep in mind that it's awesome to play double kick, but it is, in my opinion, a lot more useful to be able to play strong with your single kick first and then go into double kick. Anyway, let me just check if there's any questions on the chat. No, there doesn't seem to be any questions. So on that note, we're going to wrap up. Please, if you have any questions, please hit me up at info@intodrums.com and I'll answer your questions there. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm happy to answer some questions if you want. Just hit me up in the comments. But majority of this stuff is for subscribers only. So if I happen to put this up on YouTube, it's just to show you an idea of what we do. We do 3 lessons a week, a beginner, intermediate, and advanced lesson on a Monday night, and that's scheduled. And you can go to the website, and if you're a subscriber, you can log into that. Not a YouTube subscriber. If you're a paid all-access subscriber, you've got access to all those lessons plus 12 weeks of archive with unlimited feedback, and you get all the pre-recorded lessons as well. So there's quite a lot of content there, and it's constantly being added. And at the moment, we've got a special on where it's half price. So basically $9.99. You can, if you jump on now, you can lock that price in for the life of your subscription. So even though when it goes up to $20 a month, you'll still pay $9.99 until you cancel your account. And that also gives you access to all the masterclasses, special guest masterclasses, which we have. We had one with Jerry Pentazis, which was in September. We've got one next week with Johnny Salerno. And we've got one coming up in February, which I will announce very soon. I will announce that at Johnny's Masterclass. So please keep keep up to date. Follow us so you know what's going on. Anyway, so on that note, we're going to wrap up. Once you're ready for your subscribers, all access subscribers, once you're ready and you want some feedback, please record yourself submit your video and for feedback, and I'll get my feedback to you as soon as I can. And remember, that is private. Nobody can see your video except me, and it's not going to be posted to any social media or anything like that, or any page. It's just for you and I to see, and it's good. You'll get a record of that to keep for forever, as far as I know. So yeah, anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave you. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next week. Happy practicing.